I get asked a lot about streaming equipment and stream setup, so I thought I'd make a quick video explaining it. Here's how I usually stream locals with just a single Wii S-Video Plus composite cable and a $35 capture card. Plus a webcam, usually this one here. So what's great about this is, I mean, usually you can't find the equivalent of this on a GameCube, so I'm usually only restricted to Wii's, but this one, it's pretty reliable. Get it on Amazon for $10. It's got S-Video plus composite, and why that's good is you can plug the composite plus one audio into the TV, and then the S-Video and then another audio into the capture card. Now the only reason why this may not be the best is because you can only get mono audio, and you gotta set it to mono both in the game and also in OBS, which I'll show you how to do shortly. Here I'm just putting in one audio, or one video, one audio, then that's the much higher quality S-Video connection, plus another audio, can go to the capture card. I don't have two cams. One moment here. Now, the GVSB2 is pretty much the best capture card you can get in this price range. The only way to up the quality would be to get probably a Blackmagic Intensely Shuttle for component, like a $200 capture card alone, and then above that would be like de-interlacer / upscaler plus the HDMI capture card, which is like $500 at least. So this is a pretty reasonable setup with high quality. Anyway, since I plug this in, I gotta reactivate it. Oops. Activate. Boom. Now here's all the video settings. I'll put these in the description, but this is what we usually use. And as you can see, quality's pretty good. I like it a lot. I've streamed SSSs off this before. It's not that far off from the best. Now, here's the downmix to mono option. If you go to advanced video audio properties, you're gonna have to do that if you use this setup. Also, you're gonna have to turn on de-interlacing, which you just turn off if you add 2x. If you don't want to deal with stereo, and also if your players are much further away from you, you're gonna want to get some sort of powered amp like this. So this is one input for all four, which is composite, S-Video, left to right audio, and 4 outputs. This is what I usually use. You'll also need to get, of course, RCA and or S-Video cables as needed. This is a $15 amp. It's pretty reasonable, but just about any RCA amp will do. Because the thing is, these S-Video inputs and outputs, you tend to run into dithering issues, at least with this amp. I may or may not put on screen some examples, but anyway, this is how I set up streams for locals usually. Plus a webcam, usually. This is just the Pass House 3 overlays. Anyway, any additional information I forget here, I'll put in the description. Thank you for watching. Last thing that S-Video trick is relevant for is this little device. This device is pretty good for recording on matches. Sinister has a video on it, but the AV out port isn't very good. So what you've got to do is split the video signal somehow. Now what Sinister does that I disagree with is that he uses passive splitters on all the RCA inputs. The problem with that is that for audio you can just turn up the TV, but for video, when you passively split it like that, you're darkening the image. It just makes things really shitty for other people. So what I do is I take this little thing, which is an S-Video to composite thing, plug it in there, it adapts it. For some reason I'm getting black and white whenever I do this. I don't know if it's an issue with S-Video in general, or if I don't know if S-Video just can't be adapted to composite with color, but either way, I mean, black and white's still good enough to analyze your matches, which is mostly what I use this thing for. But anyway, I'll link Sinister's video somewhere over here. He goes into more detail on this.